Welcome. We are cooking lunch, guys. I'm cutting cabbage. Welcome, guys. I'm cooking lunch, ugali, some cabbage. Welcome, guys. We cook lunch. Where are you watching me from? I misplaced the knife, guys. This is the best I have. This one is not cutting the way I want it. It's brand. This is what I'm working with. Let's we put some flour. Welcome. We cook some ugali. We cook some ugali. Can you see my pot there? Ooh. Welcome, guys. We cook lunch. So, guys, this is my friend. I went to the Kisiagi yesterday because I don't know whether guys you have heard the story about the flour that we eat from the supermarkets, and they say that it is bleached, and so me I want to go to the Kisiagi and mill my flour. I don't know where, guys. Welcome to my life. So we are making lunch. If you are Kenyan, this is ugali. We call it ugali. Just maize flour and water. You allow the water to boil, then you is it mashing. In Uganda we call it posho. In Kenya we call it ugali. So, let me put it here, guys. We are going to, yeah, it's called ugali. It's called ugali. And like the video. And so, guys, I was watching Tulingugi the other day, and she was talking about our African maize. This maize, our African, the maize that we eat in Kenya. Let me talk about Kenya because I'm Kenyan. She was saying that the maize that we eat in Kenya, it was not meant for human beings. It was meant for cows. So I've been feeling away about that. I don't know what's the truth. But then I saw this guy. He's called Hook US. And he had gone to the shamba, and she was in this big white farm that was full of maize. That is this maize, the one that we eat here in Kenya, and there it was for cows. So I'm feeling some sort kind of way, guys. And the reason why they were saying that this one was for cattle, it's because I think it has a lot of starch. Yes, a lot of starch. Guys, I'm feeling some sort kind of way about our ugali, and the way we love it, and the way we love our ugali, our Kenyan ugali. Yeah. I'm cooking without the flame. The way we love our ugali, but they are saying that this one was not meant to be eaten by us. It was for cattle, guys. Imagine. And us, especially as Kenyans, we always, when they say that our ugali tastes like nothing, we will fight for this ugali. But the history, they say it was meant to be eaten by cows. I thought that was interesting. So it's interesting. We fight for flour, for maize that was meant to be eaten by cows. Guys, I've been feeling some side. I've been feeling some kind of way because of that. How can we be fighting online for flour that was meant for cows, guys? You know, I've been feeling some sort kind of way, guys. So we are meant to eat the yellow maize. That's what we should eat. But guys, as in Kenya, we eat the white one. And now to make it worse, we eat, because even here I eat, even I have some maize. This one from the factory that is usually milled, and that maize has no nutritional value, guys. Yes, it has little nutritional value, but yes, because we don't mill for ourselves. So in the factory, it goes through a lot of processes. It is added bleach for it to be white. So this one I'm cooking, it's not totally white. It should be like creamish, because imetoka kisiagi from the local what? The local milling. Yes. So it's not totally white because it's only being processed from the local what? From the local kisiagi, guys. So you eat that one. I think, guys, we'll have to change how we eat. We will have to be deliberate, guys, about what we eat. Otherwise, that is why you find we have so many sicknesses. And this is the only good knife I have here. I don't know. I think I have misplaced my knife. And this one is not working. That's why I'm cutting with this one. So guys, I think when I read about this one is not sharp. It's very blunt. So when I watched that, what? I felt some kind of way that we are eating maize that will be eaten by cows. But I think whoever came with that is why I think that's why colonization did so bad to us, because I must believe the colonizers, maybe they are the one who decided that they shall be feeding Africans this, and then after we were told we have been given independence, so we continued eating that white maize, but it was meant to be for cows. Because for example, for the people in jail, maybe they need to be strong for the money work. Maybe that's why. Because when I was reading about this maize, they were saying it has a lot of starch. Maybe yes. So one had to have strength to be able to do like the manual work. Yeah. But very unfortunate. Really unfortunate. So guys, I saw Lynn Ngugi bought land. I don't know whether guys you have seen that. Lynn Ngugi bought land and she plans in starting farming, and I thought that was really nice. I don't know whether guys you watches news like I do, or like for example, sometimes ago the farmers in Kenya, they had gone to the courts because they were fighting this law that we were being told we cannot share like our indigenous seeds. Yes, like you cannot share your seed, your millet seeds, all those traditional seeds that are African, you cannot share. That's what they were saying, and you are to be fined like 1 million in case you shared those seeds. You are to be fined. But people went to court and they repealed that and they won, and I was so excited. I was so excited because how can we not share? You cannot, in the former law, you could not like give your indigenous seeds to your neighbor. You couldn't. Otherwise, you would be either jailed or or fined, and I thought that was so draconian. Those were very bad. That's why I don't support the affordable housing, because if you I don't know whether you watched the clip of Wajara, of Wycliffe Wajala. He was saying that clip, he was heard saying that we should leave our land and we live in those affordable houses. Welcome guys to my life. We're cooking lunch. So I don't know whether you saw that clip of, let me turn my ugali. I don't know whether guys you saw that clip of Wycliffe Wajala. He was saying that, and I think he was in Luya land. He was saying that people should leave their ancestral land and they go to live in those concretes. And he was saying that don't think that these houses, they are being made for people who are in Nairobi. These houses, they are if, like, for example, a house is made in Luya land, that means that house will be lived by the people there. So that means at some point you'll be forced to give up your land. That's why I don't, because when you see the bigger picture, you see the intentions of the politicians. They want to take land from us. I'm cutting off some onion. They want to take our land from us so that they, like, for example, like I hear, I don't know whether it's all of US, that's how it happens. People live in concrete houses. Yes, people live in concrete houses. There are people who don't live in land, like us here in Kenya or in Africa. They don't live in their land like here in Africa. Okay, I don't know, but I feel like that is the idea of making us to live in those structures, and we leave our land. We leave our land, and then maybe there are people who are going to take our land, and they build big farms that are going to supply food in the supermarket. I don't know whether you know the US system. I don't know. Okay, I've not traveled, but I feel like that is the picture. So seeing you buying land, I felt like that was so nice. I thought, Sasa, gala jockey. So we are going to fly this. Hello. We are going to fly this cabbage. Hello, Jockey. Where are you watching from? So that's why okay, because I don't know whether guys you see it like me. For me, I feel like that is the big picture. They want to take land from us. You know, like here. Thank you, Salim. Thank you. You know, like here in Kenya, you can be able to farm. Even if like people don't do it that seriously, sometimes you can grow your maize, you can plant avocados. So even if you buy things from the shop, you don't like buy totally. There are things you'll be getting from your land, from the land. So imagine being told to get out of our land. Being told to get out of our lands, we got to live in those concrete structures. That's why I don't support affordable housing. Maybe I'm just skeptical. Maybe let me hope it will not happen. But these politicians, they will sell us. They will sell us. They will sell us to the biggest buyer. Yes, to the biggest buyer. So the Kenya people went to court and they fought that rule. And I don't know whether guys you also know that they wanted to make like our land to be leasehold. Like for example, the lad in the village, you are meant to start paying lease. Nowadays we don't lease our farmland, but they wanted to make us to be leasing. After, like for example, 100 years, you renew the lease. And I was thinking that is the idea of taking land from us. Because like for example, in Kenya, if you are not able like to pay your lease, somebody can go through the back door and acquire your title. Yes, can go through the back door and acquire your title. So I thought that was not nice. So like I need to remove this. I don't know what. Feel like there is some. That's my knife. I don't know where my onion has collected some black ants. I know where they are coming from. So guys, I don't let me hope there is nothing sinister about those. Plus another thing I was wondering, do all Kenyans maybe who lives in Western or even in Thika afford those houses? So you'll find that these houses will be sold mostly to strangers. Yes, to strangers who can afford the houses. Because plus, how can you leave a farm you have not been paying? How can you leave a farm you have not been paying to go to live in a house you'll be paying 6,500 per month plus all the cost to buy? I feel sometimes I actually feel like our government, I don't know. I don't know how our government plans. Our government never have the common man in consideration when making those decisions. Yangu inaanguka. Yes, so guys, we are making lunch. Some ugali, some cabbage. But let's hope nothing will happen. I I hope our lads will not be taken away from us. Yes, and I'm not sure whether that rule for where they wanted to like make our lad to be racehold. I don't know whether it went through. Yes, I don't know whether it went through. But the one for the seats, that went through. And they wanted to go back and fight against the GMO. Yes, so guys, I don't know whether you follow those things. Me, I follow them. Because I feel like in Kenya, if we are not careful nowadays, we are going to lose everything. Like the way they are selling Safaricom shares. The government wants to, yeah, they want to own Safaricom shares. Imagine, and how as Kenyans we have labored for Safaricom. Now they want to own all those shares, and yes, because those shares should have been floated to the market, to the Kenyan market, so that the Kenyan people can own. But now the government is selling its stake to another private firm. So how is that helping us, guys? Even if it is politics, how does that help a Kenyan like me? How does that help Kenyan and not non-Kenyan like me? So guys, just wanted to think about it. The maize that we eat in Kenya, that maize, it's not supposed to be eaten by human beings. And we love ugali. We love ugali today. It was made for keto. Yes, just go and read the history. It was meant for cows. It was meant for livestock. But as in Kenya, we can kill for this ugali. Yeah? In Kenya, we can fight for this ugali. And when you eat the one from Mila, then you are worse off. You would rather, oh, this is my ugali. You would rather even meal for yourself. Because the one from the millers, it is laced with bleaching agent, and it has no nutritional value. So if you are able like to take you are able like to meal to go to your local Usiagi and Usiagi with this flour, you are better around that time like than the person who is going to the supermarket and buying that packet of mila, that packet of meal that is laced with bleaching agents. Yes, I remember I was watching in Facebook, and there's somebody who was saying that they cannot even eat that. They work in those meals, but they cannot eat that flour because they were saying sometimes they use even the mishakwe. You know mishakwe? Yes, they even use mishakwe to meal, to make the flour, that is. So guys, me I think seeing Lingoge buying land, for me I felt so good. And she was saying that she wants to start farming, and so as somebody who wish to like eat healthy, and because as I was saying, you are health, you are well. You are health, you are well. And somebody who would wish to live long and enjoy their life, I really felt good. Yeah. Look, I cooked so much cabbage. Yeah. Welcome guys. I'm cooking lunch. I'm just a mom. So that's something to think about it. Hey, ugali should be ready. So I needed guys to share with you that because siwezi shangaa peke yangu. Siwezi shangaa peke yangu that we eat maize that was meant for cows. Siwezi shangaa peke yangu. Yes. So the ugali is ready. I need to remove it from. I need to cook some eggs. So one of the things I'm trying, guys, is to make sure that I try to eat as many proteins as I can, and if you care for your health, guys, in this sometimes I love to talk about diabetes because I saw what that disease can do. So even as you eat carbs, make sure that you eat protein, and carbs should be very little, very minimal, and make sure that you eat protein. Make sure that you have some protein in your diet, and especially me coming from Central Kenya, and we are very poor feeders. Yes, coming from Central Kenya, we are very poor feeders because I come from there and I know how we eat. Yes, like for example, this could be like a meal, a complete meal for somebody, but me, I want to try to eat as much proteins as I can. Yes, so I'll cook some eggs. I'll cook some eggs on the side. And eggs, they are nice. They are cheaper. Yes, like for example, if you're in the village, this could be like a complete meal ugali and cabbage. People, they eat that. But me, I try not to eat that as much as possible. Make sure that you have like protein in your diet, guys. I told you these things, you don't need to be taught by anybody. Me, I saw how diabetes destroyed. It's hell. But you see, you only need to know. You only need to know. Like for example, I remember my sister who was working in a primary school in Kong, and I used to go visit her. And sometimes she would say that she's feeling dust, and she would drink Coca-Cola because of dust. And now that's when I usually ask myself, how does Coca-Cola help you to remove that? How can Coca-Cola remove that, guys? Coca-Cola is sugar. So when you take Coca-Cola, you have increased the dust times 2, times 4, times 3, times 5. But because she never knew, that's why she was eating like that. Yes, that is why she was eating like that, because she never knew. So nowadays, guys, there's no place for ignorance. There's no place for ignorance. There's no place for ignorance. Information is out here, guys. You only need to, and you need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. So imagine feeling that, but then you take Coca-Cola surely. How can Coca-Cola help you to remove that? There's no place for ignorance, guys, nowadays. There's no place for ignorance. There's no place for ignorance. I said, you are here, you are well. You are here, you are well. You can only be well, you can only be healthy. Because for example, like for example, diabetes is a lifestyle disease. You only need to change how you, and mostly me, I like to talk about people who have like a history of family members. Even your family, your parents, they have a history of diabetes. You need to be cautious. Like my cabbage, you should have covered it for it to cook. So make sure if you know in your home there is that history, make sure you watch your diet. Let me cover it. Make sure you watch your diet. Don't just eat for the sake of eating. Yes. Even if you cannot afford meat, I believe you can afford eggs. And eggs, they are cheaper. Make sure you eat a lot of vegetables and eggs. If you are going to eat starch, just a small portion of starch. Yes, and vegetables, make sure that you eat a lot of them. You are here, you are well, guys. And especially maybe when you are younger, you don't take that seriously, but when you are older, but you see nowadays, because of the food, you don't have the luxury of saying age, because you find even small children being diabetic. Yes, because our eating habits, our eating habits are not nice. So you have no luxury of saying. So make sure that you eat protein, and if you're able to eat a lot, the better. You reduce carbs, you eat a lot of vegetables. You make sure that you don't sit You don't become a coach potato. If you become a coach potato, it's going to be bad for you. Yes. And you can always monitor your I talked about HbA1c. You can always monitor that. Yes. And learn to listen to your body. Yes, learn to listen to your body. That is the bottom line. Learn to listen to your body. Yes, so make sure you have a lot of protein. The carb should be minimal. Yes. I believe if my sister had that information, they would still be alive today. This cabbage man is taking too long. Don't want it overcooked. It's like here. Okay, so guys, nowadays I feel like we have to learn. And the good thing, we don't have to go to school to learn a lot of things nowadays. We just go online. Information is out here. So, for my central people, I'll tell them we should change the way they eat. That issue of cooking rice, potatoes, and you say that you have eaten lunch or supper. That's my way. You say you have eaten your supper, that should stop. Protein should be a very big part of your diet. So this is my ugali, just a small piece. Like that. Some eggs. Yes. And then the cabbage. I hope we don't beat me for serving in the same plate. So guys, like that, some eggs, some vegetables, some ugali. Yes, make sure that you watch what you eat. Thank you.